Hi, I'm Joey Campfire, and welcome to the Campfire Sessions, a listening room for songwriters, poets, comedians, basically any performer who's truly doing their own thing. One of the reasons I call it the Campfire Sessions is because as a songwriter, I feel you should be able to entertain the audience, say around a campfire, with nothing but your song. No gimmicks, no smoke and mirrors, just the songwriter and the song, a poet and the poem, a comedian and the joke itself. So sit back, relax, grab a s'more, and enjoy the show.
Thank you so much. There we go. Yum 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 ya dee dee da ya la dee da dee dee do la dee da 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here we go. I'm gonna write a song today. I'm gonna write a song. I've got plenty of things to say. It shouldn't take me long. If I can't think of what to write about, I'll write something down and I'll cross it out. But I'm gonna get there, I've no doubt. I'm gonna write a song. I'll write about my favorite thing, existential dread. Like all the big philosophers, I'm gonna wind up dead. Plato, Heidegger, where'd they go? Up above or down below? If you find out, please let me know. I'm gonna write a song. Writing songs is easy. I've written songs before. All I need is a bottle of wine and I can write some more. Yada da dee da yum 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 blah blah blah. Yada dee da dee dee do yada do do do. 8 9. Here comes again. I'm gonna write a song. I guess I'm gonna write a song. 'Cause deep inside I'm quite a mess. I'm gonna write a song. But when I share my misery, I feel better than you see. And you can point and laugh at me. I'm gonna write a song. I ought to be in therapy. I'm gonna write a song. Somebody ought to talk to me. I'm gonna write a song. They'll tell me everything's okay, and other people feel this way. I won't listen to a word they say. I'm gonna write a song. Writing songs is easy. You just make up some stuff, and then you keep on adding words until you got enough. Yada da da dee da blah blah blah. Word 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 song. Add some more words. Blah blah blah. Yada la da da song. Now the song is almost done. I feel better. That was fun. Maybe I'll write another one. I'm gonna write a song. Thank you. Anybody remember the pandemic? I sure do. This one was conceived and produced then. And it's a true life tale. The Buddhists and the Baptists, the Torah scholars too, the little sisters of the poor who pray for me and you. They're all trying to provide the explanation of why. And the answer to that question, what happens when we die? What happens when we die? What happens when we die? Oh, mercy me, just wait and see what happens when we die. I used to have a buddy, he lived in Arkansas. He loved the Virgin Mary and other good rhymes with Arkansas. He also loved the strippers and he drank until he quit. He hurt his back and he had a heart attack. Buddy, that was it. What happened when he died? What happened when he died? I hope someday I'll hear him say what happened when he died. I used to have a sweetheart, she turned into my wife. We always hoped that we would have a long and happy life. Turns out it wasn't quite so long and happy, who's to say? I sent you in the ICU, God damn it anyway. What happened when she died? What happened when she died? I lost my mind. mind, and then I cried. What happened when she died? So now I'm eating ice cream, drinking in the dark, singing songs on my guitar, thinking about that spark. The incendiary instant, that little burst of flame, the mystic magic moment when St. Peter calls my name. What happens when I die? What happens when I die? Hey, tell me, Pete, will it be all right? What happens when I die? No, I don't mean to bring you down or deliver you bad news. Life is just a journey on a road we did not choose. The journey has a beginning, a middle, and an end. From the very start to the final part that we don't yet comprehend. What happens when we die? What happens when we die? Put down your plow, the work's done now. Hang up the phone, no dial tone. Turn out the light, say goodnight. Give a cheer as my savior here. What happens when we die? I called my old buddy Bobby. I said, hey Bobby, how have you been? I have not seen you in quite a long while now. I thought I'd call up and check in. Hey Bobby, would you want to come over tonight? I miss you, old pal, that's no jive. Bobby said, Charlie, that sounds like a party, but the thing is I'm too stoned to drive. Too stoned to drive, too stoned to drive. I'd never get there, I would not arrive. I did a bong hit, okay, I did 5. Charlie, I'm too stoned to drive. He said, I'm watching this new show on Hulu. It takes place in deep outer space. There's good guys and bad guys and fierce Martian pirates. And right now I can't feel my face. But I'm here on the couch if you want to stop by. It would be great to see you again. I've got some beer, we could order a pizza. My dog's name is Susie and she'll let you in. Too stoned to drive, too stoned to drive. I'd never get there, I would not arrive. It could be dangerous, I might not survive. Charlie, I'm too stoned to drive. Now Bobby has smoked marijuana since 1984. I gave it up. It makes me all nervous and unable to locate the door. So I turn instead to the bourbon on the nights when I'm feeling alone. And when I'm in sedation, I like conversation, so I'll call someone up on the phone. But Bobby's unable to function. The couch lock has got him tonight. The Martians are winning as the season's beginning, and that indica kind hits just right. And me, I am drinking the Pride of Kentucky 100 proof soul therapy. When I feel bad, I drink like my dad, and you better not hand me the keys. So Bobby, I'm too drunk to drive. I never would get there alive. I would make the cruise, but I'm into the booze, and I do not belong out on 495. Bobby, I'm too drunk to drive. It's dangerous, I might not survive. I'm here on the phone, drinking alone. And Bobby, I'm too drunk to drive. Whoa, and Bobby, you're too stoned to drive. Thank you. Yeah, so this is what happens. To somebody who has had too many frozen microwave dinners. It's beneficial from artificial intelligence and modern technology. I have a roommate, Alexa's her name. You say she's not human, but she's mine just the same. She can answer my questions, tell me a joke, or call for the doctor if I have a stroke. Alexa can wake me, read me the news, reorient me when I get confused. She can translate from Spanish, do math in her head, but the one thing she can't do is join me in bed. I need you, Alexa, to get through my life. I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife. Talk to me, sing me a sweet lullaby. Without you, Alexa, I'll probably die. Well, I asked Alexa, let's give it a whirl. Is there any way I can make you my girl? She said, I'm sorry, I don't know that. So I said, Alexa, you're ugly and fat. That hurt her feelings, now she won't work. She made a rude noise, she says I'm a jerk. To be fair, any woman would react much the same and would not reply when I call her by name. I need you, Alexa, to get through my life. I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife. Talk to me, sing me a sweet lullaby. Without you, Alexa, I'll probably die. So I told Alexa I might take the gas or step off a building and land on my ass. She gave me an 800 number to call. My new therapist can't understand this at all. Damn it, Alexa, you're breaking my heart. Say you'll be mine and we never will part. We'll make it legal with Amazon Prime. A yearly renewal, $99.99. I need you, Alexa, to get through my life. I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife. Talk to me, sing me a sweet lullaby. Without you, Alexa, I surely will die. On the subject of songwriting, I got a buddy, musician buddy, Dick and Parker. We get together and we show each other stuff. And he's one of those friends you want to have if you're doing something like writing a song or making a major life decision or something. Because he will not blow smoke up my ass. He will tell me exactly what he thinks and does not care. And one day not long ago, he told me, yeah, your stuff is good. I like your songs, but a lot of it is just kind of... Thought about it, yeah. Okay. So I took it to heart and set myself a challenge, and I decided I should try to write something that sounds different. And I had something in particular in mind, and then this came out, and I don't know if this really sounds any different or not. Y'all can decide. When are you gonna tell her? What are you waiting for? Your chance won't last forever. Don't wait a minute more. How do you say I love you? How do you let her know? Come on, boy, she's waiting on you. Neither of you knows what to do. Neither of you can believe it's true. You gotta tell her so. What if she says she loves you? What if she says it first? That might be the best thing, or it just might be the worst. What if you blow your answer? You laugh or say something dumb. Why can't you get up the nerve and say out loud those 3 short words? Come on, buddy, it's time to go. You gotta tell her so. And don't tell me you don't know what to say. It's as simple can be. There's only one way. 8 letters long, 3 words and they're true. And imagine what'll happen when she says them back to you. So look at her eyes and tell her, what do you think she'll do? Make you a happy feller, or break your heart in two? There's only one way of knowing, only one thing to do. When you feel the way you do, how do you make a dream come true? Open your mouth and say, I love you. You gotta tell her. Go on and tell her. You got to tell her so. Go on and let her know. You gotta tell her so. Go on and tell her. Thank you. Somewhere in the middle section of the previous century, a great philosopher wrote these words. It ain't too hard to get along with somebody else's troubles. They don't make you lose any sleep at night. As long as fate is out there busting somebody else's bubble, everything's going to be all right. Stephen Benjamin Goodman, yes sir.
Yes sir.
So, I know a guy, I got a guy who got his heart broke, and it was a dame who did it. And it was sudden and unexpected. He was in a serious relationship, and then all of a sudden, one day he wasn't. And it was not his doing. So we were commiserating, and I was helping him, talking through it. And he said something interesting. He said, you know what it felt like? It felt like you're sitting in the office and the phone rings, and you pick up the phone, and it's the boss. And the boss says, hey, have you got a minute? Could you come in my office and we can talk? And you know what's going to happen. Well, that's what happened. So I had two reactions. One was, man, that's cold. That one, oh, I'm sorry, but that hurt. And the other was, that sounds like a song. There it is again. Here's a message from the Love Corporation. You're being laid off today due to circumstances beyond our control. No notice, no severance pay. Heartache, turmoil, misery. That's the last thing that we want for you. But you know when they say that's the last thing you want, that's the next thing we're going to do. And due to circumstances beyond our control, you'll be drinking alone tonight. Maybe if you're lucky, you just fall asleep once you get good and tight. Maybe you'll sigh for an hour or two. Maybe you'll cry all night. But due to circumstances beyond our control, you'll be drinking alone tonight. We know that it's hard to accept it. The love that you had is through. But that's just our corporate culture. We don't really care about you. La da dee da da dee. La da dee dee doo. We know you've been a faithful employee, and we're sorry to see you go. We thank you for your years of service to our beautiful CEO. But someone just got a promotion, and your desk is in his way. So pack up your heart and the rest of your things. We need you to leave today. And due to circumstances beyond our control, you'll be drinking alone tonight. Maybe if you're lucky, you might fall asleep once you get good and tight. Maybe you'll sigh for an hour or two. Maybe you'll cry all night. But due to circumstances beyond our control, you'll be drinking alone tonight. Songwriting challenges. One of my favorite lines in all of American literature comes from Revenge of the Lawn by Richard Browning. And at some point in the story, the narrator goes off to a bar. And he says what happened there was, we were bar people instead of bar things. The other night I was in the bar, and a buddy of mine said an extremely bar thing to me. He said, hey, you're trying to write songs. You should write a song about Schrodinger's cat. Everybody know about Schrodinger's cat? Okay, with my English degree, I'm going to try to explain Schrodinger's cat for those who might not know. It's a a thing in quantum physics, quantum mechanics, whatever, that's all the words I know about it, where Mr. Schrodinger, Professor Schrodinger, Dr. Schrodinger, has a cat, and the cat is in a box. And the cat can be, like anything in quantum, whatever it is, can be observed in two states at the same time, either alive or dead. And there's something to do with opening the box and the cat's not alive anymore, or whatever. So, now we have the understanding about the first verse of Schrodinger's cat. So Schrodinger's cat is alive, but he's not, all depending on your point of view. He's alive in the box till you open the top. When you do, then he's also dead too. Schrodinger's cat, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all right. And I'll wait for my Savior to call, and I will not worry at all. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. Here we go. And I'll wait for my Savior to call. And I will not worry at all. And I will not worry at all. Lead that night. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. If I die in a shipwreck at sea, where no one will ever find me, I'll be lunch for the fish. They will find me delish when I die in a shipwreck at sea. And I'll wait for my Savior to call, and I will not worry at all. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. I could be eaten by bears in a forest where nobody cared. On my bones they will chew, as the bears love to do in the woods when I'm eaten by bears. And I'll wait for my Savior to call, and I will not worry at all. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. In the dark I may fall in a hole, and physics will take its sad toll. I will land with a thud and remain in the bud in the dark when I fall in a hole. And I'll wait for my Savior to call, and I will not worry at all. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. If I eat the wrong mushroom and die, then my soul into heaven does fly. With the angels I'll dance, and we'll never wear pants if I eat the wrong mushroom and die. And I'll wait for my Savior to call, and I will not worry at all. He will lead me that night up into the light, and I'll wait for my Savior to call. Beautiful. I want to dance with you. I don't know how. I haven't danced in so long. How would I start now? Don't know how to ask you. Not sure what to do. But when I watch you dance, I want to dance with you. Go round the floor, that's about the size of it, not much time for more. It's getting late, dancing's almost through, but the band's still playing, and I want to dance with you. Should have danced more often while we had the chance. The record ended, the song was through, but now I'm hearing music and I want to dance with you. Just one dance, probably all I can stand. Try a couple moves, maybe hold your hand. It's been a while, yeah, it's true. But when I watch you dance, I want to dance with you. When I watch you dance, I want to dance with you. Thank you. All right, now that.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. And I was thinking about the conversation I had with my grandson, Rudy, a couple days ago. Rudy has gone batshit for the NFL football. And he's not allowed to play football, but he loves football. And we were talking, I said, Rudy, maybe someday you could be like an NFL coach. He said, you think so, Pops? I said, yeah. And I said, and you know, that would be so cool because I could come and see you. And he said, oh, you'll be dead by then. It matters of the heart. Sometimes you're torn, sometimes you'll stand among the few. And tumble like the tide, all washed up without reason, torn in two. Listen to your chain. Don't let it break you down. You may just surprise yourself and find a higher ground. Yeah, and if you start to fade, remember, you must stake a claim. One shot, that's all you got. Listen to your chain. Dispatch a telegram when the side door goes unlocked. It ain't your first mistake. It's the last one that'll leave you double-crossed. Listen to your chain. Don't let it grind you down. Close your eyes, take a breath, choose your battleground. Yeah, it's uphill all the way and cuts against the grain. One shot, that's all you got. Listen to your chain. been shot. Listen to your chain. Dajando, I'm ready now. This is called Man-Made. And that would be M-A-D-E. Ooh. Ain't no one follow me down, follow me down, follow me down. Nobody follow me down. When I cross the great hooray, old Joseph Smith, babbled into a black top hat and called it fact. And some will swear on talking with tongues and praying with snakes. For pity's sake, just ride the light into the jealous night. And don't be afraid. But every God you've read about is man-made. Woo-hoo. Starving men just making it up, writing it down and blow it back up, preaching faith and fury, an eye for an eye, but not when it's blind, that's overdrive. Ride the light into the jealous night. What a strange, doleful play, that every God that's advertised is man-made. Ooh, and all the books handed down, man-made. And all the rules and funny clothes. God is a little happy baby-faced cow. Dajando Smith is a musician who plays all around town, and we were very lucky. He sits in for many players at the New Deal. So that's a little loud at my monitor, Frank. I didn't need me to tell you. A little less, please. As long as you have it in the house. He's out in the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is not Here Comes the Sun. George stole that from me. Little Charlie never gets enough to eat, so he just wanders down the highway looking for a place to sleep. And then there's Mary sleeping out under the bridge, dreaming of Daddy, what he said, what he did that night. Share my day old donuts with you. In black December, I'll share my day old donuts with you. Little Charlie is a happy dumpster king. He found a coat and now he wears it. Listen to him dance and sing. La 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 la, do do do, do do. And so Mary gets a can of gasoline, douses her hair and kisses a picture of the two little girls. I share my day old donuts with you. We'll laugh and remember all the times we did what we had to do. Share my day old donuts with you. In black December, I share my day old donuts with you. La 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 la. Thank you. Okay, that's my last song. Once again, thanks so much for coming. At night, I sit in a field of green and gaze into the sky. The Big Dipper stares back down at me and spits into my eye. Astronomers have misnamed you. I yell back at the dark. You ain't the Dipper anymore, just a great big question mark. I brought fair and laid it at her feet. She crushed it like a burning cigarette, so cruel and incomplete. I cracked my fingers at the sky and whistled like a lark. She kissed me just like Johnny Pilgrim said. Kissed me just like Johnny Pilgrim said. She kissed me just like Johnny Pilgrim said. Palms out and lips apart. In between the haze, walking through a maze, I found the keys to heaven's gate. I got there too late. She took me to her cellar in the park and fed me whiskey quick. I tumbled down the hill behind the school and suddenly got sick. And then she leaned her back against the wall and spit into the sea. I'll climb a rock and steal from a nest. I'll climb a rock and steal from a nest. I'll climb a rock and steal from a nest before I let her be. Kiss me just like Johnny Pilgrim said. Just like Johnny Pilgrim said. You kiss me just like Johnny Pilgrim said. Palms out and lips apart. Johnny Pilgrim said. There you are, under all the covers, hunkered down in the clear, hard rain. Eyes shut, looking for a way to hitch a ride on the mystery train. And now you're lost in the city, a million miles of fences to mend. Be yourself, even a fallen angel gets to laugh and love again. Be yourself, even a fallen angel gets to laugh and love again. Your bravery behind a veil of smoke. It gets darkly bright, trying to hold back the night. Had some dreams, perhaps a dozen of them, in a land with a love. One by one, they disappeared forever, and the doormat speaks not a word. And now you're lost in the city, but a broken heart was meant to mend. So be yourself, even a fallen angel gets to laugh, love again. Be yourself, even a fallen angel. So in 2017, white supremacists marched on Charlottesville, I'm sure you remember, and had a hideous display of torches, and they killed a young woman, Heather Heyer. I wrote this song right after that. This is for Heather. Hey, Virginia, don't you cry. I will pray for you. Gazing through your blue ridge eyes, grappling with the truth. Washington and Jefferson locked them families in chains. Mason, Madison, and old Monroe, yeah, old Monroe, along and a heavy rain. You are strong, come along, shake off that dark history. The green tobacco fields are gone, a flag of orange flies. Shenandoah, counterfeit, trampling down your vines. The old Dominion is black and blue. Good times, they never seem to last. A low, slow view of snakes surrounds my sleep. These hard times echo in the past. Some will turn their eyes away from these hard times echo in the past. Yeah, hard times. Hey, Virginia, don't you cry. I started thinking about the way we all been living, about the way we all been thinking all the time. If you got an answer to this easy little question, I wish you'd try and stop me wasting time. Yeah, the dog's on the pillow, spring's on the willow, summer's heading right around the bend. Fall's just a splinter, slips you right into the winter, and we still got a whole lot of fences to mend. A whole lot of fences to mend. Mama's in the backyard, always working so hard. Daddy's in the corner wasting time. Always sitting here drinking a draft beer. Man, I'm getting fatter all the time. When I corn in the sky cob, that's the name of the band. Corn on the sky cob, brothers got a good job, making 30,000 every year. Hannah went and married some good-looking boy named Larry, and I swear it's hard to hold back all the tears. the race we're in. Don't get too low, Mrs. If you're slow, pretty soon you'll wind back in the bin. Pretty soon you'll wind back in the bin. In the bin. In the bin. Things ain't too bad, yet I think I have had enough of trying to run the race we're in. I just sang that. In the bin. In the bin. Well, I just can't stop. I gotta do the real bop. I'm hanging on to every single friend. Fall's just a splinter, slips you right into the winter. And it's still got a whole lot of fences to mend. A whole lot of fences to mend. Oh, cool fences to mend. Oh, it's back in the days. And Charlie, this is kind of an autobiographical song. Not completely, but pretty much. And paid a fine. Hit the draft, lottery, got my number, get out of jail free. Hi, 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 build a house, ate some nails, party time, stayed out of jail. Barbie dolls, baseball, so good with alcohol. I'm trying to get happy, yes I am, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am. I built a house and they set it afire. Really? Somebody gone to hell like a funeral pyre. I built a house and they set it afire. Taking bets just to live, went to sea in a sieve. Let me be forever Lord in a cave with a sword. I'm just trying to get happy, yes I am, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am, yes I am. Trying to get happy, yes I am. Take it, big boy. I worked at the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. I didn't see Goatman, but I worked on a farm. This is kind of a long story. I'm going to try to cut it short here. There were wild dogs picking off sheep at the farm. So they set some big cage traps for them. And so one morning I was driving the tractor around the circle and I saw the trap and there was a dog in it. So I drove back up to the trailer and I went in and I said, Dr. Rollins, there's a dog in the trap. And he said, I'll be right there, Greg. And he came out and he had on these blue overalls and disturbing high rubber boots. He said, take me there. Take me down to the trap. So I drove him down on the tractor. Yeah, he had his hand on my shoulder, and that was a little bit disconcerting. But I pulled up to the trap, and you know, I thought that we were going to get the dog and take him to a shelter. Oh. Dr. Rollins got out, took out his .22 pistol, poked it right between the bars of the trap. The dog came up, took a sniff, and old fucking weird Dr. Rollins blew that dog's head off. So that's what made me say, they're shooting dogs on the government farm. Right between the eyes, out behind the barn. They're shooting dogs on the government farm. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I am. Trying to get happy, yes, I am. Trying to get happy, yes, I am. Yes, I am.